Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be creating this super simple hair and makeup tutorial, so if you wanted to see how I got this look then just keep watching. So as usual I'm just going to be starting out by moisturising my skin with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. So as you can see I'm using quite a generous amount of that and I'm just going to be applying that to my skin just to really hydrate and prep my skin for the rest of my makeup. So for primer, I'm going in with my Too Faced HangoverX primer, which I've really been loving at the moment. I feel like this just adds an extra layer of hydration to my skin, and also it's a little bit tacky, so it does make my makeup last a lot longer. I have noticed that my makeup does last longer when I use this. So I'm just applying one pump to my whole face, and then I'm going in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Porcelain. This is actually kind of like my fake tan shade, so as you can see it's slightly darker than my natural skin. My body does have a little bit of fake tan on it, so that is why I'm going in with a slightly darker shade today. So I'm obviously just applying that with my beauty blender. As you can see, I've really been liking this foundation at the moment. It's quite dewy, but it's definitely got a good sort of medium to full coverage finish, which I love. I'm now going to go in with a bit of cream bronzer, and this is actually the Benefit Huda contour stick. I actually didn't used to like this product when I first got it, but I've now figured out a way of using it that I really like, which as you can see is putting it on this Charlotte Tilbury brush and basically just patting that into the kind of contours of my cheek. And also, as you can see, I'm just applying a little bit of that around my hairline as well. I just find that it warms up the face really nicely and also just sort of like deepens up when we put on the powder bronzer as well. It just looks a little bit more noticeable and a little bit more sort of chiseled as well. Now I'm just patting over with my beauty blender just to really make sure that that product is nice and blended and there's no harsh lines at all on my face. And now I'm just taking kind of whatever's left on that brush and just kind of like slightly warming up the sides of my nose, not really contouring but just adding a tiny bit there. And then I'm just taking a tiny bit of that product as well just on my jawline, just to really sort of sharpen up my jaw. Not that my jaw really needs it because my jaw is a madness, but I just like doing this just to make sure everything's all blended together. And now I'm going in with the Born This Way by Too Faced concealer in the shade Snow, which again I absolutely love this product. It's so full coverage and creamy, it's just amazing for under the eyes. And now I'm just blending that in with a beauty blender. I know this shade looks really light under my eyes, but once I put powder on top of it, it's actually like the perfect shade for me. It does kind of brighten up my under eyes as well, so I absolutely love it. So now I'm basically just taking whatever's left on that sponge and I'm just pressing that on the sort of centre of my forehead just to sort of highlight here a little bit as well, and then just a little bit down the centre of my nose and on my chin just to bring a little bit of light to that area. And now I'm just going in with the Too Faced Born This Way powder, and I've been really loving just actually pressing this under my eyes with my beauty blender again. I just find that when I press it on with my beauty blender as opposed to a brush, my under eye never ever creases, and it really does help to set it in place and really sort of mattify that area perfectly. So I've been really loving doing this at the moment. I'm also just taking a tiny bit of powder on my smile lines just around my nose and on my eyelids to prep for eyeshadow in a second as well. So now I'm just going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow in the shade Light to Medium. I'm just going to be taking the bronzer shade in this on the Charlotte Tilbury blusher brush. I'm just basically going to be pressing that over the top of all the areas that we put the cream bronzer earlier, just to really set that in place and also just deepen it up a little bit. I absolutely love this bronzer shade. It's literally the perfect bronzer shade for me. So as you can see, I'm just putting that on kind of like the contour slash bronzer area of my cheek. I'm just going to be taking that around my hairline on my forehead as well, and then in a second I'm just going to be taking a tiny bit around my nose and my jawline and my neck as well. So now for blush, I'm just going in with my Charlotte Tilbury blush in the shade First Love, which is a really pretty neutral blush. It's not too bright, but it still just adds a little bit of a sort of pink flush, which I love. So I'm just taking that on the same Charlotte Tilbury blush brush and just putting that obviously on the apples of my cheeks and just slightly pulling that back as well to really lift up the face. Now for highlight, I'm just going in with my favourite highlighter at the moment, and this is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess highlight. They bring this out every year as a kind of limited edition. I absolutely love it. So I'm just taking that on a Morphe brush on kind of the tops of my cheeks, and as you can see, I'm kind of dragging that around to my brow bone as well. So I'm just putting a little bit of that underneath and above my brow, just to really help to sort of bring the highlight all together so it doesn't look like you've just got highlight in one spot. Obviously, I'm just doing the same on the other side. I'm just going to take a tiny bit on my nose as well, and then I'm just going to be putting a tiny bit in a second on my cupid's bow and on my chin as well. Now I'm going in with the Too Faced hangoverX 3-in-1 spray. This is kind of just like a setting spray, but I really like doing this at this point just to really sort of blend the makeup all together and make it lovely and seamless. I do like to fan my face as well, as you can see, just to really push that product into the skin. And now I'm just going in with my Ofra Rodial Drive highlighter, and I'm just putting that right on the tops of my cheeks just because I wanted my highlighter to be really beaming on this day, but I did apply a little bit too much, so I'm just patting that in with my finger just so it doesn't look too ridiculous. And now I'm just going in with my Charlotte Tilbury brow lift in the shade Supermodel, which is my all-time favourite brow product, and I'm just basically filling it in my brows. So as you can see, I'm just using kind of like light strokes to fill in any gaps in my brows. Now I'm just going in with my NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel just to basically push up all of the hairs on my brows and just to set them in place. I like to make my brows look quite sort of natural and a little bit messy, so I like to push all of the hairs up and leave them a little bit spiky at the top as well. I love this brow gel, I've had it for ages, it just sets my brows all day. Now I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Obsessions palette, and I'm just taking that sort of bottom chocolatey brown shade on this Real Techniques brush, and I'm basically just going to be focusing this shade kind of at the moment on the outer corner of my eye, and as you can see I'm really dragging that out to kind of make a more feline sort of winged out shape. So I'm just kind of taking that in the crease of my eye and just focusing it a lot on the outer corner as well, just because I want this to be really super soft and kind of blown out. And as you can see, I'm just taking a little bit more product now and kind of pushing it all over the lid as well, just making sure it's nice and blended. So now I'm going in with the shade Next Door, which is just a deeper, kind of more red toned brown, and I'm taking this on a Charlotte Tilbury smudger brush, and as you can see I'm just basically focusing this on my lash line, just really close to the lash line, and then also just taking that out a little bit on my eye as well to follow with the shape, and then I'm just blending that with the first Real Techniques brush we used. This eye look was literally so simple, it took me like 5 minutes, it was really super quick and easy. Now I'm just going in with my all-time favourite eye pencil. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Classic Pencil in Audrey, and I'm just creating a kind of smudgy wing with this. I absolutely love doing my eyeliner with this pencil because it's not black, it's a dark brown, so it looks really soft and just pretty and smoky. So once I've got the wing shape, I am also taking a little bit of that kind of on my upper lash line as well, just to connect it all together. And then what I like to do is actually just take my fingernail and just like really sort of sharpen it up and just make it nice and straight. I just went ahead and did mascara off camera, but now I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Pillow Talk, which is my all-time favourite lip liner. So as you can see, I'm just very slightly overlining my lips with this, as I usually do. It's just the perfect pinky nude shade for kind of any sort of neutral lipstick. I absolutely love it. And now I'm just going to be going in with the MAC lipstick in the shade Velvet Teddy, which is one of my all-time favourite kind of more neutral brownie lip shades. It's just the perfect shade. I absolutely love this one. And then just to lighten up the center very slightly, I'm just going in with Honey Love from MAC, which is just very slightly lighter. I just like mixing these two together because it just gives the Velvet Teddy a slightly different look and feel. I just like to pat those two shades together with my finger just to make sure they're nice and blended. I absolutely love this lip combo at the moment. So now moving on to my hair, I'm just going to be taking it out of this hair turban that I like to wear for a little while just to sort of get the majority of the water out of my hair. And now for products, I'm going to be going in with the Hair Burst Elixir. This is just like a spray to help my hair grow and also sort of detangle it. And then I do also like to use the Whey hair oil in a second as well, just to smooth out my hair. So as you can see, I'm just spraying in the hair growth elixir throughout my hair. I just like this to sort of strengthen the sort of condition of my hair, and then I'm just going in with my tangle teaser just to brush out my hair because my hair is super knotty. So this is literally the only brush that I find that actually works for me. And now I'm just going in with my Whey hair oil. This just really helps to smooth out my hair, just make it nice and sleek and silky. I absolutely love this product. So I'm just putting that, a few pumps of that throughout the lengths and ends of my hair. And now I'm just going in with my Kent brush just to blow dry my hair. So this is what my hair looks like when it's completely blow dried. As you can see, it's quite smooth, but it's definitely a little bit puffy. So I'm just going in with my large GHDs just to very messily straight on my hair. Basically, I'm not too precise with this. I literally just like to go in and just sort of smooth out the kind of top layers of my hair. So I don't really do any sectioning or anything like that when I straighten my hair like this, because when using the Kent brush to blow dry my hair, it's already going to make my hair quite smooth and sleek anyway. And to be honest, I'm just quite lazy. So as you can see, I'm just straightening it kind of loosely, and then I'm going in with a little bit more of that Whey oil just to sort of smooth down any little flyaways and frizzies that I might have as well. So that is pretty much it, guys. That is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.